What's up guys, it's Mary and welcome back to another Workout Wednesday. Today's workout is going to be super exciting. We're going to really try to challenge ourselves because it's an outdoor workout. That means in California in January, it's a little chilly when the sun isn't out. It's a little cloudy. So today's workout is actually going to be legs, my favorite lower body part. We're going to target a little more of your perky booty and your hamstrings. We're going to do a little bit more of a fast-paced but high-volume workout. That simply means that you are going to be continuously challenged and you're always going to feel it in those parts of your body. Alright, so when you guys are ready, we're going to get started. Hey guys, how you guys doing? So today we're gonna warm up really well with a glute activation. I always do this in any leg workout and I'm going to show you what I normally do. So this is one way to get your heart rate up, really get the blood flow up. These are squat jumps. I'm doing a really wide stance here, really staying on the heel as I jump, thinking about my glutes the whole entire time. Next one, these are squat walks. You're going to hold a squat position and you're just simply going to step forward and back. These burn really good. So keep your knees out, chest out. You really want to keep that tension just right where your hamstrings and glutes meet. Then you're going to grab your resistance band, throw it above your knees. Oh gosh, I hit my foot on that one. So move the camera. So what we're doing here are standing hip abductions. Lean over to one leg and you're going to focus on your outer glutes as you kick your band out. Yeah, don't fall like that. So really keep that stationary leg one nice and tight. So think about that glute that's keeping you steady, and you're going to switch over to the other side. You're just going to keep alternating until you really feel your outer glutes activate. So I'm doing this to a point where I'm literally having a hard time doing the last couple of reps. So this is about 10 each time, and then I switch over. I'm showing you a different angle here. What you can see is I'm keeping my knees locked in, so there's not a lot of bending on the knee that's going on. So by the time I got to this set, my glutes were really on fire because I'm having a hard time really trying to stay steady. I'm doing it one last time on either side and really make sure that it's nice and fired up. And to burn your glutes even more, what you're going to do are stationary clams. Get in a squat position, and what you're simply going to do is open up your knees as far as you can. So buckle in just a bit and then open up and really hold that squeeze. So you want to keep your torso nice and tight. You are also holding a squat on this, so it will burn fairly quickly. Last one here, we have resistance band kickbacks. So this one is just right above your ankles. So you're doing one leg at a time, just simply using the glutes to really kick it back. You really want to be able to feel that contraction at the end of that movement at the top before you bring your leg back in. I know it almost seems like a workout, but that's really how you want to warm up your glutes. You really want to make sure that you're feeling them everywhere. So for our first exercise, we are doing Smith machine squats. With this one, this is my warm-up set. I'm doing about 15 to 20, really trying to make sure that I really feel them well on my glutes and my hamstrings. So your goal with a warm-up set is to just get used to the motion before you put a load on there. That's what I'm doing here. I'm literally doing it to a point where I feel nice and warm. So stay on your heel. You just want the load right above where your glutes are. Alright guys, so with the Smith machine squats, if you really want to target your hamstrings and your butt more, it's fairly easy. You could just bring your feet literally maybe a foot from where the bar is. So if this is where the bar lands, what you would do is bring your feet out more. Just make sure you're nice and stable. Definitely do try it out with lighter weight first. Okay, that's your pro tip. So this is a type of squatting where you can really target your glutes well, and you want to play around where you place your feet. So you want your feet a little further out from the bar, like I said on that previous clip, because you want the load directly right under where your hamstrings and glutes are. So when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you're working with a load that's doable for you before you really get on a load that's challenging. So you really want to work up to that point, because you always want to hit the proper muscles and not just do the movement for itself. I think I did 10 on that one. Oh, there's Lily. Lily's gonna squat. And this is my second set here. Flipped over to the other side now. This is much more comfortable than the flipped over side, just because the Smith works that way. So this one, I really place my feet a lot further out. So I'm keeping the movement controlled as I go down. I'm really thinking about my glutes and my hamstrings. So the wider your feet are, the more you're going to target your glutes, and it'll be less quads and hammies. But with any squat movement, your quads and hamstrings are always going to be of assist. But this is one way to really just make sure that you're massing up your glutes. So we're moving on to, still on the Smith machines, and these are Romanian deadlifts. So you want to keep your legs nice and stiff, doing about shoulder width apart stance here. So you want to keep the load super close to you, because that's really going to allow you to hinge properly while targeting your hamstrings. Get as low as you can. You should be feeling a nice stretch. You want to keep your chest out, so there shouldn't be a lot of hollowing on that back. Yeah, that's going to be bad for your back if you hollow. So this load right here is pretty challenging for me. It allows me to do 10 with really good form. So stay on your heels. You really want to keep your core tight to really get down low and feel them on your hamstrings. Your knees don't bend too much. They will naturally bend as you hinge on your hip area. I love this exercise. It's so good for your hamstrings. What you're going for here is slow and controlled. You don't just want to drop the weight fairly quick, because that's where we're getting a lot of that tension from when we're going nice and slow, and it's going to allow your hamstrings to build nice and rounded. So we're moving on to a reverse lunges, and we're doing one side at a time, and I'm still using the Smith machine here. Same thing, if you bring your feet out a little further from where the bar is, it's going to allow your knees to just be above your heels, therefore really targeting your glutes and hamstrings with a direct load going down. So we're doing 10 and 10 on each side. Do step in to get a little bit of a break, and step back out into that reverse lunge. This requires a lot of stability. It's not an easy exercise, so really do work with a load that is a little more comfortable for you. So with lunges, if you do them properly, they're always going to be a really good way to build a little bit more mass on your bottoms. You know what I'm talking about. So notice here that I'm really trying to make sure that my knees are just above my heels. You never want that to fall forward. That's why reverse lunges are always going to be the best way to do your lunges. Okay, get through it. Get through it like I am. This was literally probably like my second set, and I was dying because it's so good. try to keep it as steady and stable as much as possible. It requires a lot of stability and balance. Balance is always something that anybody can work on. It's almost like training a muscle to do something. It's the exact same thing. So don't get discouraged. Lunges are really, really good for you. Okay, you can do this. And to really destroy it even more, we are doing cable kickbacks. And what I'm doing here is I just put my foot inside a handle. If you have an ankle strap, even better. Ours was kind of a little broken down and smelly because of the dogs. But anyway, this works just fine. What you're doing here is you're keeping the handle above the ankles and you're kicking back, really getting as far in as you can at that extension, because that allows your glutes to be super contracted. And with this exercise, a lot of the movement will really come from the glutes. So it's a really good way to isolate your glutes if you're really trying to shape or mass them up. This will require a little bit more practice if this is the first time you're doing it, but this is such a wonderful exercise to isolate your glutes. It honestly makes your butt perky, and you know what I'm talking about with that perky booty, like nice and plump, rounded, perky. I should do this more often than I do. Well, it's a tough exercise. It really is hard to go up in weight on this one, but you can do this. Okay, you're doing one set at a time. Okay, keep going. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that workout. It really killed me. Bless you. Remember, if you do like this video, give it a thumbs up so I know this is something that you want to see in the future, and never forget to subscribe so we see each other again next time. Alright, have a good day, okay?